Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be I moved to her new city to please her. She says we're not a couple. Why? So, I've talked about this many times over the years, and every time I get one of these emails or I do a phone session from a guy that does this, it just never ends well. I've yet to see it end well. The only time a man should move from where he lives is because it's an improvement and he really wants to live in that city. Every single time over the 20 years I've been doing this as a coach, when I've seen a guy move across the country or literally move countries to be with a woman to please her, not because he wants to live there, but only he's moving there to be with her, 9 times out of 10, as soon as the move is completed, she dumps him. Or she dumps him shortly before he arrives, and he thinks moving there is going to solve the problems. And so this particular guy, he got dumped by his girlfriend. He went through some tough times. He lost his job. So he started fighting, obviously, because of money. And eventually he got a good paying job, but she moved away with her parents. And just recently he moved to her city, even though they weren't really together anymore, because he's thinking, oh, if I move there, it'll show her that I really care. So they've hung out a few times. He says they have plans for Valentine's Day, but she's real hot and cold. He's kind of stuck in limbo. They're not hooking up anymore. And he's wondering what's going on. Obviously, which the big thing is he moved not because he wanted to live there, but he thought, well, if I move there, she'll give me another chance. And so that's obviously, I would never do that. Again, like I said, the only time you should move is because you really want to, that city or the job opportunities or career or business opportunities is better than where you are. Because when you're doing things because the whole real issue here is you're changing your life and your lifestyle to please a woman. And she even calls him out on it. She even tells him, you should only be moving here for you, not because of me. But obviously we know he moved there because of her. And now he's just spinning his wheels. He's living in a city he didn't really want to be in, and his girl doesn't want to be with him on top of that. So it says, hey, Corey, I met a girl 2 years ago. We got on a date. Same day we kissed each other. And a couple days later, I go to her place for lunch, and we had amazing sex. It was instantaneous attraction on a really high level. We moved in together really quickly and started living together. Everything was great. Then, in like 5 months, I lost my job, and I was struggling to find a new one. We got into debt, and after a year and a half, I did get a job, but it wasn't enough money. So we argued, we stopped listening to each other, and I moved out of her place. So it's like the whole relationship, he's basically trying to shoehorn himself into her life. She's not following his lead, he's following her lead. So from an attraction standpoint, he made her the man in the relationship, which women don't want that. Even if they say they do, when you give it to them, I mean, this is what happens. After a couple of days, we met, and in the week or so later, we were back together. A couple of months in, and she leaves the city with her parents to go live in another country. Our plan was that I will move to the new place as well, because we wanted to go there anyway together. And she told me by phone that what she needed from me in the relationship. I said, okay. I did all the things that she asked me to. I got a different job. My income became really good. So he's doing everything that she tells him to do. Basically, he's kind of treating her like his mommy and his therapist. And even though she's telling him to do these things and he's complying, she's secretly bubbling under the surface. She resents the hell out of it. Because she doesn't want to be your mother. She wants to follow your lead. And instead, he basically made her the man in the relationship. And she treated her like she was his mommy. That's one of the quickest ways to dry a woman up. Is put her in charge and make her the man in the relationship. Because she will resent it. Because masculine energy is the opposite of her natural feminine essence. But 2 months in, after she moved to another city, she called me, said she wants to break up with me. I said that I loved her, but I'm not going to hold on to her. Then we went into no contact for a month. After that, I wrote her a letter saying how grateful I was for everything, said I was doing great, and hoped she did too. So he's thinking the letter is going to fix everything. These are the kinds of things I did when I didn't know any better. Your girl rejects you. You think you write a long letter. You pour your emotions out, and that'll really solve the problems. But at the end of the day, women don't care about how much you love them or what a great guy you are. They only care about how they feel about you. And at this point, she broke up with him because she lost respect and attraction for him because he stopped being the man and the leader in the relationship. And he basically became like her child. She called, we talked for a long time, but we were not even close to being together again. Then we were calling back and forth for a while. She did ask me to get her a present, which was an expensive one, as you do for a woman that you love. So now you got to keep in mind, at this point, they're not sleeping together. They're not dating. They're talking. He's basically being her emotional tampon on the phone. And when a guy does this, it makes it easy for her to meet and date other guys. Keep him as a backup, and in case things don't work out with the new dudes. But it's typically when women behave this way, they're exploring other options, and you're now in the backup plan. And so his whole life has been put on hold because he's waiting on her to give him a second chance, which is very unmasculine and not something a man who loves and values himself he's just not going to do it. But he's seeking her approval, which is feminine energy. He's not acting like a man. A man does not need anybody's approval, especially a woman's. And if she's displeased with him and his choices, so be it. I did, and I got her the present, and she just said thank you. Another month went by. I told her that I was moving to her town as planned. And so notice what she says. Because women help you when they like you, but at the end of the day, she knows what he's doing it for the wrong reasons. She told me that it's important that I did this for myself and not for her. I've been saying this for years. Women don't like it, even if they've suggested that you do it. If they know that you're going to move there and you don't hate the city and you don't really want to be there, you don't have any friends or family there, and you make yourself miserable going, oh, this is fine, honey, it's great. They're going to resent you for it because you're not being authentic and real. You did something to please her, not because it's something you wanted to do for yourself, just like she said. I just said that, of course, but you're still important to me. I came in January, a couple days before her birthday. We meet almost every day, and after the present I gave her, she texted me that she never felt so loved, and I made the biggest impact to create this feeling. Now we're meeting from time to time. She talks in terms of being a couple, but she still sets boundaries and says, we're not a couple. So in other words, he's basically in friend zone at this point. And so she hangs out with him. He's basically become her emotional tampon and therapist. And he maybe gets a pat on the head and a kiss in the cheek for his troubles. So he says, we didn't kiss yet, but it's been like 2 weeks since I came here. She keeps telling me to chill out, but when she's drunk, she'll text me and say, are we going to get married? Or do you love me? And so his whole life is on hold, and all she's doing is throwing him some scraps here and there. We got plans on the 14th of February for Valentine's Day. We're going to go to a fancy place, and I'll buy her a dress for the night. But she's acting cold and warm from time to time. But today she's cold. I know that I did cause a lot of pain in the past, but now everything is different. No money problems, etc. Your whole mindset is wrong, dude. You got to read the book. It's free. If you're new, it's free to read in the members area of the website because you're doing and saying a lot of things that are extremely unattractive. And once you start going through the book and really take the time to learn it, you'll recognize all those unattractive behaviors and hopefully start cutting them out. Because what you got now is you got an attraction issue. And on top of that, you're acting like a woman. You're chasing after her. You're probably doing most of the calling, most of the texting, most of the pursuing. And she'll meet with you, but you guys are basically friends. As you said, you've been there for a couple weeks and you haven't even kissed yet. So you should be making sure that she's doing most of the reaching out, and then you set dates when she reaches out. You should be following what's in 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back. But obviously this weekend is Valentine's Day. So what is the purpose of a date? It's to create an opportunity for sex to happen. Hang out, have fun while you're hanging out. And when the signs are there, she's ready to be touched, ready to be kissed, ready to be seduced, you seduce her. Your job is not to get back together with her. It's not to get another chance. It's just simply to create the next opportunity for sex tapping. That's it. You have to let her come to you at her pace, but with you trying to force it and calling and texting her so much, she never has time and space away from you to wonder about you, to think about you, to miss you, for her feelings to develop, because you're just pursuing too much. And you're basically acting needy. And like I said earlier, you're treating her like your mommy and your therapist. And she's basically using you as her emotional tampon and her backup plan while she probably talks to other guys and goes out on dates with other guys. That's why you haven't even kissed yet. So obviously today's Thursday. So when you go out on your date on Saturday, then treat it just like a first date. Don't be arguing with. The other thing is, men who understand women don't argue with them. And you were doing a lot of that with her. That's again why you need to read the book and understand what is going on here, because you were absolutely flying blind. I love her so much. She's my soulmate. We fit each other perfectly and everything. Well, yeah, but the problem is that you're projecting your fantasy onto this girl, and you're ignoring the fact that you're calling and texting and hanging out a bunch, but she won't even kiss you. So you're in friend zone. So you're the backup plan, and there's probably a good chance she's hanging out with somebody else. But if you do have a date set for Valentine's Day, hopefully it's in the evening, then you see how it goes. But if you spend Valentine's Day with her and you go to kiss her and she turns her cheek and says, we're not together, we're not a couple, then after that, it's like, take her home. Don't ever call, don't ever text for any reason. Then after that, if she reaches out, you can invite her over to make dinner, follow It's in 7 Principles, get an X back. If she won't do that, then tell her to call you in a couple of weeks, because you're not going to do this platonic friendship stuff anymore. You're interested in sex and romance. You move there to be with her. You're not going to hang out and be her friend or her pal. But based on what's going on in your email here, you're stuck in friend zone, and you look like her backup plan while she's potentially dating and sleeping with other guys. But what you do have going for you is you do have a Valentine's Day date set. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Because again, if you go and you hang out and you have a nice dinner together and you do something fun afterwards, and you go to kiss her and she gives you the cheek and she gives you some BS about stalling, you got to say, look, I'm not interested in something that's platonic. I want what we had before. And if you're not down for that, then I'm out. You got my number. You can give me a call. And if I'm still available, we can go out on a date. Which obviously what you're going to do is you're going to follow It's in 7 Principles, get an X back. So that means that if that does happen, that situation I just explained, then she's going to have to come to your place at least 3 dates in a row. You got to let her do 100% of the reaching out. And as long as you hang out and you have fun, you hook up all 3 dates in a row when she comes to your house to make dinner together, then you can meet her out and pick her up and go on other dates. But you got to let her do all the reaching out. Because the more you pursue her, especially now where there's nothing physical going on between you guys, the more you cement yourself in friend zone and the easier you make it for her to move on with a new guy. And you've already moved countries to be with this girl, and she's keeping you at arm's length. But like I said, the one thing you do have going for you is you do have a date set up for Valentine's Day. So it will be interesting to see what happens on Valentine's Day if you advance things romantically and you get back to making love. But if it doesn't, send it another email and give us an update on what happens. Got to remember, you don't get what you deserve in life. You only get what you negotiate. So quit putting yourself last and stop pursuing a woman that stuck you in friend zone. As 7 Principles Get an X-Back said, she should be earning another chance with you, not the other way around. Begging, pleading, groveling, chasing, you should be able to recognize by now it doesn't work. And that's why you're spinning your wheels and getting nowhere, and she's blowing hot and cold. But again, see how it goes on Valentine's Day and then report back to us. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the coaching tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our exclusive premium members-only content, in the video description of this video, there are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify, or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Click the plans tab when you get there. You can do a 7-day free trial to check out all the great content you get. And if you choose an annual plan, you can get a 25% discount at the end of the 7-day free trial. So go to understandingrelationships.com, click the plans tab, sign up for a free trial today. And until next time, all right, we'll talk to you soon.